Hello and welcome back to Advanced Brain Movement. Looks like we've got 5 monster entries left. Let's get right into Roach Queens. Challenge room right off the bat. And I missed the caption. Roach Queen sandbox. Okay. I get to be disarmed doing this. It looks like I have to get a Roach Queen on all of these. And I can't step on any of the fuses myself. Okay. So, what's the trick here? I mean, I'm sure the scrolls are going to tell me a bunch of stuff. Oh, she's a brained Roach Queen. Okay, well, of course she is. That's the whole point of this. I was looking at this and was feeling skeptical about ever getting the queen off of those plates, but we'll see. So, queens do not spawn over top of doors. So that's going to be a part of this. Roach Queens always wish to flee from you. However, whilst an unbrained Roach Queen will simply move in the opposite direction of where it detects you, a brained Roach Queen acts rather differently. The Roach Queen asks for the best direction to head towards you. Remember that brained movement preference counts here. It will prefer not to use diagonal directions. After learning the best direction, the Queen will then try to go in the opposite direction. Finally, a Roach Queen has one last rule to help it flee. If the fleeing direction picked is not a diagonal one, it will attempt to make it diagonal by fleeing in the direction of one of the center lines. The center of this room has been marked for you, columns 18 and 19 and rows 15 and 16. Yeah. So, wherever possible, she will try to go towards the center of the room. Okay. As a result of all this, a brained Roach Queen will always attempt to move diagonally, changing horizontal or vertical directions to aim towards one of the center lines. In an open space, a brained Roach Queen will only head away from the center lines if it is already on a diagonal line away from you. Use this knowledge to drive the Roach Queen to its death in this room. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not actually thinking about what I accomplished there. Okay, so what's going on here? Let's actually think about this. So right now, the Roach wants to move here, which means that the Queen wants to move opposite that, which is going to be here, I guess. Okay. But if I move here, the Roach wants to move here, orthogonally. So the Queen wants to move here. She then tries to move towards the center of the room. Which I think actually means if I sit here and wait, the Queen's just going to go back and forth here, isn't she? Yeah, center line. Yeah, because she's trying to go north to get away from me, and then here she's trying to go north to get away from me, and in both cases, she then tries to go across the center line as well. Whoops, but if I do that, I can get her to go. So why does she go there? When I go here, she wants to move this way. Okay, if I go here, she'll go that way. Yep. Interesting. Okay. This kind of makes sense. Oops. Yeah, this seems to be the right distance to get. That was a terrible timing. So we're gonna wait a little bit and then do this again. Okay. This is gonna get me killed again. Let's just wait. And now you're gonna go this way. Did you notice that you can't get the Queen to the western hot tile even though it's directly on the center line? If the opposite direction chosen by the Queen is already diagonal, it will not correct it towards the center lines. Okay, I did not notice that, but I guess the scroll is good for that. So here... So possibly I don't have the western line, wait. Ah! Because the brain path map, this is the only spot that she can move. She will automatically move here. I cannot get her to make that move, even if I'm over here. Because she sees this is where the brain tells her to go, and then she goes opposite that. Oh, so roach queens are actually a lot dumber than I thought. Interesting. Also kind of... I've done a ton of stuff with brained roach queens and I've never actually understood it, so this is kind of interesting in that sense, too. Head towards the other hot tile. The queen would have had to go northwest, but the best path to you when it was in the corridor was never south or southeast. Brain queens go opposite to the brain's path towards you, not opposite where you are in the room. Yep, okay, that's what I just determined. Information room, running scared. Okay. So, wait, so we start with a challenge room and then have an info room. This is weird. Also, there's a Stalwart here for some reason. Well, let's start with reading. Recall that roach queens ask for the best path to you before taking the opposite direction. Ignore Stalwart while brained? I guess that's what's going on here. Anyway. They take the best path to you before taking... Okay, yeah. This is not the same as taking the direction that will increase the distance between the queen and you. Brain queens can very often get stuck in this manner. On top of this, we haven't looked at how obstacles to the brain's map factor into things. The roach queen only asks the brain which is the best direction towards you, and only once per turn, just like direct movement. It then flees, as we covered in the previous room. In this manner, the queen may flee into a brain-visible obstacle without needing to be unbrained. A brained roach queen will happily move across scrolls and force arrows, unlike normal roaches. Right. That makes sense. However, when on top of a brain-visible obstacle, things change. The roach queen will become unbrained and will flee using its normal instincts. This can cause many strange effects, as the direction it decides to flee could be vastly different. Okay, well, there's not a lot I can do here, so I guess I'm waiting. So they're both gonna step away from me. Now what do they do? You're gonna go here. Yeah, you're just both gonna go away. Now you're unbrained. You're still gonna keep going away. Okay, you changed your mind. Why did you change your mind? You wanna go this? You can't go over the scroll. That's why. Okay. Can't go over the scroll, so vertical preference sends you north. Or brain preference probably sends you north for tiebreak, and then you move south opposite, and then you go diagonally towards the center of the room. Okay. So you're just going to keep going like this, I think, until you die in that corner. You cannot move here. Well, you can move here, actually. That's what it's going to show. Wait, what? Right. You are being told to move here. So instead you try to move here, and then you try to move diagonally through the center, which moves you south. Okay. Okay. Pretty much resolved how I thought it would. In the northwest chamber, the queen knows the best route to you is southeast, so flees northwest. This continues onwards through the force arrow. Once past the line of arrows, however, the best direction to you is west, so the queen tries to flee east, adjusted to southeast by the center lines. It thus flees back onto the arrows, but can only flee south due to the arrow's directions. Once there, it is unbrained again, and so flees the northwest. This continues until it sees the best route to you is southwest, so it flees northeast. This leads it into a loop that only breaks when we block its path. In the southwest chamber, the queen knows that the best path to you is to the northeast. It thus flees to the southwest. This continues until it reaches the scroll. On the scroll, the roach is unbrained, so it still flees to the southwest. Once past the scroll, however, the best direction the brain gives it is to the north. and therefore wants to flee south now. But a brain queen always wants to move diagonally, so it turns the direction towards the center line. It flees southeast instead. Yeah. There's a bunch of scrolls I don't think I can read in here. I'm not seeing any cracked walls anywhere. So you're going to step over the scroll, no problem. You are going to slide down this way. Huh? My mind just broke. What? Roach queens can kill? They can kill by accident. It doesn't see the Stalwart, and it's trying to run away from me, so it just kills the Stalwart. That is incredible. So this one's going to kill the decoy. Probably. Diagonal line towards the center of the room. No. Okay, why didn't it kill the decoy? It was... Here it was unbrained. No, I don't actually know. Oh dear. Did I... Okay, I can stab... I can stab both the brains, then it'll die here, so that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it. A brained roach is attracted to decoys but ignores stalwarts. A brained roach queen ignores both. Okay. Furthermore, if any brain in the room can detect you, the roach queen will ignore decoys and stalwarts even in situations where the queen is unbrained. Okay. Okay, so that's what the point of this was. In the northeast chamber, the roach queen is unbrained when it is northwest of the decoy, but will still ignore it and flee away from you to the northeast, even though it is clearly out of your smell range. Okay. In the southeast chamber, the roach queen was unbrained northwest of the stalwart, but completely ignores it and still wishes to flee away from you. It thus continues fleeing to the southeast, killing the stalwart. I had no idea they could even do that, though. It's worth noting that a brain will never tell a roach queen to wait, just as a brain will never tell a rock golem to wait. Wait, you're not covered that? It will tell the rock golem will act unbrained if told to wait. Pretty sure. Right? That's what we covered down here. Since the queen will only ask once, the brain always gives the best path towards you, even through brain-invisible obstacles. Also, not all brain-visible obstacles will cause a roach queen to act unbrained. Only scrolls, force arrows, invisibility potions, and mimic potions can do this. Roach queens can move on potions? Or is that only if they're starting on the potion? Pretty sure they can't move on potions. Oh man, so many questions. I'm gonna have to test that. Queens standing on top of other brain-visible obstacles will instead obey the brain if they can. I know queens can be put on top of potions, I just don't think they can move onto them. There aren't a whole lot of other brain-visible obstacles a roach queen can stand on, but it's possible for queens to start the room standing on the other potions, and doors can close while they're on top of them as well. Take care of it. So that's implying that roach queens can move through mimic potions, even though mimic potions are a barrier to other monsters. I was testing this because I had a room where I was using a caber to crush roaches against a potion. Can you not crush a queen against a potion then? I'm afraid to go into the editor in the middle of this because I don't know what that's going to do. Give away my secrets is what it's going to do. We can't have that. Challenge room, a queen's path. This optional challenge requires that you carve a path for the roach queen to flee along, such that every pressure plate is depressed. Roaches cannot spawn in this chamber, so you must rely on the queen's movement alone. And that releases her, okay. Remember that mirrors are brain-visible obstacles, and that a brained roach queen will always choose to go in the opposite direction of the brain's path to you. The arrow-shaped tokens don't affect anything in this room other than preventing eggs from being laid on them. Okay. That's good to know. So... here. You step here. You are currently unbrained? Oh no, you'll be brained through here. Okay, so you'll be acting brained. Which means you step here, step here, step here, step here. Light is here actually. Step here, step here. Step here. Step here. Okay. Right, and that's why it closes everything. However, if I were to... I mean, I can just block the queen off, right? Do something like this. Yeah, we've got more mirrors than we need here. I don't think I even need to do that, though. This isn't going to work because she's going to move here. She's going to get stuck. Okay, here. It's going to be a diagonal move. That's not good. Oh boy, this is actually kind of weird to think about. Okay, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, because that turn there will work. Okay, I think I need that to be a little bit tighter because I need something like that. And from here, this has become a headache. Okay. So this is gonna work from here. Told to move north. Instead, want to. Okay, this isn't gonna work either, is it? Because from here you're trying to go. So you're trying to go south, and you're gonna try to go through the center. So this isn't gonna work at all because you're gonna get stuck on this corner. Okay, I need to be thinking about this a little bit more carefully. I can't just be. First of all, this. Yeah, that's what I expected. Okay. So that should be okay. So from here. Pretty sure that'll work. Here you want to move this way, so you'll move towards the center of the room, which is fine. Here you want to move that way, which is then going to slide. Move north, you want to move south, you go towards the center of the room. Okay. Okay. Here you want to go this way, so you're going to go this way. Okay. Interesting. I think it's easy to get you to turn towards the center of the room, so I think I actually want to just extend out this way. Because here, you'll try to move here, but you'll fail. This should be fine. Yeah, because you can try to move towards the center of the room, which is fine. Here, you're trying to move this way, so you need to slide. And here, you're trying to move this way, so go towards the center of the room, that's fine. And I have to hit that to open the briar, okay. Okay. So here you'll go towards the center, towards the center, towards the center. Here you'll just keep going. Here towards the center, it's fine. Oops. Here you'll go north. From here, go towards the center. I think I need both of those clear for this to work. So you're gonna here, you're gonna north this. I think that's what's gonna happen. And then I just need this one, right? Which yes, you'll prefer to go towards the. I think that'll work. Okay. Now I have to get. I could take this tunnel, but I don't think I have to. I'm already most of the way back anyway, so I'm just gonna do that. Let's see if I got this right. Yeah. That was a weird room. Interesting use of mirrors for sure. Yeah, has 25 minutes. What have we got in here? Goblins or wraithwings? Can I do another one in this episode? Brained wraithwings aren't going to be that bad, right? Wraithwings are cowardly creatures, even when brained. Their decision to advance or flee remains unchanged by the brain's orders. Their movement, however, is different. I mean, don't they just work like roaches, for the most part? A brained wraithwing follows brain movement preferences. That means the order of directions it uses is northwest, east, south, west, northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. And just like roaches, a wraithwing will ignore an order to wait and move as unbrained instead. Once they've chosen an unblocked direction towards you, they're ready to either advance, freeze, or retreat. They advance just like a roach, and freeze just as if unbrained. However, to retreat, they take the opposite direction of their chosen move to advance. If they had planned to move southwest along the brain's path, they will retreat to the northeast. Okay. This is identical to their unbrained behavior. The difference is that they use an unblocked brain path as their advance retreat route. This is slightly different to how a brained roach queen flees. In this chamber, simply drive the wraithwings into each of these stalwart alcoves in order to proceed. Remember that unless the best move towards you is a diagonal move, a wraithwing will not wish to move diagonally. And also remember that to flee in a particular direction, a wraithwing needs an unblocked move to advance in the opposite direction. Okay, I'm doing these one at a time. And it doesn't particularly matter which one I do first, it looks like. Let's do this one first so that we're not blocking that row. Alright, so if I want you to flee diagonally, yeah, you're going to flee orthogonally. Yeah. So how do I get you off of that? Here, I'm trying to advance this way, so you flee opposite the map, which also gives you that vertical preference annoyance. Okay, so from here, I can do stuff like this to move you around. Okay, why was it not moving here? Because here it's trying to move south, so then it moves north. Okay, I think I got it. You are now brained, and you will come that far. Okay, but you don't want to move diagonally, so I'm going to have to do something silly like this. There we go. Yeah, just get them to move orthogonally. Just get them to move orthogonally. That's all that's really going on here. Okay, now you're stuck. Do that. Alright, you want to slide that way. That's fine, I can get you back out. Oh, this is interesting. What happens if I step here? I step there after I've gotten the wraithwing to the south. Okay. Well, you will try to move this way towards me brained. And you're not going to slide vertically. That's the issue. I don't know if this is a good idea. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. So I'm gonna go up there. I can grab my sword back. But that doesn't let me do much of anything. Wait. Hold on. Okay, so why did that work? If I step here, with my sword blocking you, your goal is to move here to attack. However, you can't, so you're told to flee in this direction. And if you were unbrained, you would not move south here. So why is this working? It's specifically because my sword is in that tile. Why? I don't get this. Maybe the scrolls will explain this to me. The last alcove was, of course, the trickiest, given that it is very difficult to make a Wraithwing flee around tight corners. In order to flee to the south, the Wraithwing needed in order that the best route to you was to the north. Oh, okay, okay. So there's a barrier here. So it was trying to attack here, but it couldn't, so then it was trying to attack here, I guess. Beats this in tiebreak preferences, even though they're at the same distance. The only way to do that was to use brain movement preferences against it. You needed a brain invisible obstacle blocking the obvious movement to the west. In this case, that obstacle was your sword. Once the obstacle was in place, the Wraithwing had 3 squares that were each the same brain distance away from you. Movement preferences said that north was the best direction towards you, so it fled south. Once again, this was an interaction that would not have been possible with an unbrained enemy. So I thought Wraithwings were going to be easy. Well, we'll just have to see. Despite the complex way in which they decide whether to advance or retreat, Wraithwings do not have too many exceptions regarding their treatment of brain-invisible obstacles and alternate targets. The brained Wraithwing will not advance onto a brain-invisible obstacle, since a brained advance requires a successful order from the brain. It advances just like a roach would. A brained Wraithwing may flee onto a brain-invisible obstacle simply because the direction it flees in is always the opposite of a successful advance it has picked out. Once on a brain-invisible obstacle, it can still follow the orders of the brain if the brain senses a path to you. Its advance options are done in the same way as a roach. Remember that brains will not order monsters to wait in this situation. Okay, I actually didn't process this one. I just read it without thinking. Okay, right. So with the Roach Queen, for example, if it was on a Force Arrow, it would act unbrained. But in the case of the Wraithwing, they act brained in that situation? Weird. Wraithwings pick their target as if unbrained, just like roaches. And just like roaches, the presence of decoys causes them to act in an unbrained manner until the decoy is destroyed or a more important target comes into range. And again, like roaches, when they sense stalwarts, they pick the stalwart as their target, but still follow the brain's orders, which are directing them to you. However, it is with stalwarts that we see one of the major differences. Brained Wraithwings do not alter how they decide when to retreat or not. A lone Wraithwing will want to flee from a nearby stalwart, but they flee according to the brain's path map to you. Oh. That sounds awful. Stalwarts are truly responsible for some of the worst interactions in this game, despite this not even really being their fault too much. Oh, that was awful. That was awful what I just read. The lone Wraithwing, less than 5 squares from its target, will want to flee. Once the Wraithwing in the above quarter is close enough to the stalwart, it will retreat. The brain tells it that you're to the west, so it heads east. So far, so normal. Right. But now the stalwart's too close, so it's still trying to get to me. So it's fleeing away from me because a stalwart is too close to it, basically is what's happening. And that's going to let me out right in time. In this case, however, once the Stalwart gets close enough, the Wraithwing will again wish to flee. However, this time the brain is telling it that you're to the west, it will flee east right towards the Stalwart. Okay. Yeah, so it's trying to approach me. Now it's scared because of the Stalwart, so it's moving towards the Stalwart. And it then kills the Stalwart, of course. And is no longer scared. Even though brain Wraithwings react to decoys in the same way as brain roaches, their cowardly nature reveals a difference towards Stalwarts. Once again, the path to and from you is more important to them.
My name is Pt4.
Yeah, all that did was release those. It's also worth remembering that when under the influence of a decoy, a Wraithwing will revert to unbrained movement preferences. As with all things, this can help or hinder depending on the situation. In this final chamber, you'll have to herd a Wraithwing into a position where you can kill it. The decoy potion should come in handy. A hint of alcove is available through the tunnel, though, if you need it. What tunnel? Ah, here. That's a lot of hints. Wow. So this disarmed me, and there's an arrow, so I can't go back. So now I step here, and you are released, and then from here I need to pick up Okay, intuition is telling me I want to do something like this. Oh. There's a tunnel on this. Okay, so I need to specifically... Okay, what I was going to try to do there was I was going to have the Wraithwing... I didn't actually check to see if this is far enough anyway, no. I was going to try to have the Wraithwing scared from me moving towards the decoy, and then I was going to corner it. But no, I need to get it, here. Well, it might have worked if I put the decoy lower. But no, as it stands, I need to lure this Wraithwing here. So what is it going to do? It will move through until it gets to here. At this point, yeah, it just sits there, and I can't move this way. So what I need to do is, if I have the decoy, let's say the decoy is here. Decoy's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's too far away from me. Okay, so it's too close. Okay, still too close. I mean, that's not leaving me a lot of options here. Yeah, that's no good, because you're just gonna get stuck. Okay. From here, okay, what happens if I put it like here? It's attracted because it's too close. It's within 5. If I put it outside of the range, it doesn't matter. Okay, and the only way I can face is in this direction, so I can't do something with a sword to block a certain path. And I don't think Going the other side is going to make a difference. I could kill myself. What if I do this? What have I now done? I have blocked the path to me with a brain invisible obstacle. But you're still scared of the decoy. Okay, I can't just get my sword back. I don't have to step on that right away. Okay, that's important. Okay. That was very important information. So, oh shoot. It's okay, these are pretty trivial. Okay. So as long as you're within 5 of me. What happens if you're here? If you're here, like on this square specifically, you're gonna still act No, I think I need to use you to block, and I need to get the Wraithwing there, which will be a feat. Because I can't actually get you in there, can I? Interesting. Yeah, so in that corner you can't get in. So let's try the same thing going, oops, going in this other direction here. I think we can push you off of a south wall more easily. Okay, you're now scared by the decoy. Well, I don't want to spend too much time on this, so I'm just actually going to look here and see what it has to say. The goal of the chamber is to herd the Wraithwing into the solitary pit west of the tunnel. This is complicated by lack of space to circle around the Wraithwing, compounded with brain movement preferences. The Wraithwing will normally not want to move diagonally, so will tend to keep away from you by either herding to the sides of the chamber or further around the loop. Neither of these positions help in getting it towards the center. Okay. Unbrained Wraithwings flee and move diagonally more readily than brained ones. If you herd a Wraithwing towards a decoy, it will tend to move orthogonally. If you then back off, it will tend to flee diagonally if it's not on an orthogonal line from it. Okay. So what that's saying is if I put a decoy like here, I could try to chase it here, and then step this way, and it would go diagonally. Like that. It's best to drive the Wraithwing in from the west across the arrows. You want to position the decoy such that you can herd the Wraithwing into range, and then when you leave, the decoy drives it into place. The problem with that okay, actually I need to check something. Is let's get you stuck on the decoy like that. And then you flee. Okay. The best place for the decoy is in the northwest or southwest corners of the chamber. Try to keep the Wraithwing towards the center of the chamber while you're luring it around the loop into the decoy's range. And don't make moves that drive the Wraithwing further from the center unless you need to. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to check while I was here. Yes, you will... You're acting unbrained while retreating. Because retreating, you wanted to move here. No, that's a tunnel. You can't move when you're in that spot. Okay, never mind. So you're just automatically unbrained. Okay. This is an alternate version of the previous task, which is slightly more unforgiving. The advice given in the hint alcove of the previous room will not be as useful. This is an optional challenge. Complete it however you wish. Okay. So the problem here is that this room was shrunk? Yeah. This room was shrunk. So that was the spot where I had the decoy potion in the original. But if I try to do something like that again, let's stay away here. Okay. This is slightly less forgiving, it says. Oh, there's also no arrow. The arrows are different. Okay. I see. Okay, that's interesting. So I need you to be fleeing. Right, because if I observe your movement here, you're trying to flee this way. Trying to flee that way. But now, okay. So if we put you here instead, yeah, so we put you here instead, but then we get you down first. It's fine. Okay, you're now caught. This is now range. Are you still gonna push it out? I think you might. I think Decoy is apparently not one of my better elements. Okay, well from here... Yeah. Okay. And that's no good, right? Because you're... Okay, you're in range, but you're barely in range, so I need to scare you orthogonally, not diagonally. I mean, the obvious spot is to put the decoy here if I'm going to try to scare it in that direction. Then it's just a matter of, like, can I actually get the Wraithwing around that way? Oh, we could try it. I guess it doesn't matter which way around you come, so you might as well come this way. Okay, from here, I can chase you towards the decoy. But you're only going to move orthogonally, right, which is bad, and you're going to run away. And I can't get your attention now, except with the push. Okay. Okay, well, if I... do something like this, you're just gonna keep going that way. And then there's no way to get you off, is there? No. Yeah, because now if I leave... Oh, I see. I could prevent you. I could prevent you from running away by being just close enough. Now if I do that, you're gonna run. You can run from me this way or that way. Right, and you will run diagonally. Here you're only going to move orthogonally until we get here, and then you're going to move north orthogonally. And then you're useless. Yeah. Okay. I don't think that's going to help. What if I pre-place this somewhere? If I get the Wraithwing around here, and then I place this behind it, maybe that'll work? Unfortunately, you can get around in time. If I do that, then we just have the same problem as before. Where you're going to go here, and then you're going to try to run away from me. Here, you're just going to run away like that. Okay, so this is a little bit too long. I wasn't able to get you where I wanted you. Can I do this without the decoy at all? You're not going to move on to the arrows in that case, right? Here. Interesting. Okay. Shoot. There we go. Okay. I don't know why I thought that Brain Wraithings were going to be easy. That was something. I guess that leaves goblins for next time. Yeah, so that's where we'll start. Goblins next. See you then.